What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today's video, I want to cover the 2022 Tundra a little bit better in detail as far as certain features go. The other day when I made the video from the Sunday press release, I tried to keep it a little on the short side. We went over the highlights and everything like that. But today I want to mention a couple features that I didn't talk about, and also go into a little bit better detail on some features that I did mention. I'll try to keep this one short again. I don't want to get into that 1-2 hour long video like some other guys have been doing out there. But so anyway, let's before we go any further, if you're not subscribed to the channel, there's a little picture down in your bottom right hand of the screen. Click that, get subscribed, and turn on that notification bell, because as soon as we get this truck, we're going to be tearing it apart, modding it up just like we did with the 2020 Platinum. So make sure you're subscribed, follow along, and we'll have some fun with this next gen. All right, first things first, let's talk about the suspension a little bit more. The air suspension, it's going to be available on certain trims. I'm guessing the Platinum Limited and TRD Pro, of course. I don't believe it's going to be available in the SR, SR5. We'll have to wait and see. But basically what this feature is, you're going to have a button in the truck, and you're going to be able to do this in auto mode or manual mode. So let's talk about the auto mode first. The truck is going to be able to sense when you have it in automatic mode. It's going to be able to sense whether or not you're towing anything, whether or not the back of the truck is squatting. It's going to automatically adjust. Let's say I hook up my boat and the truck squats a little bit. The truck is going to automatically adjust via airbags and via the air suspension, I should say, and bring the truck back up to where it's sitting where it should stock. Okay, automatically going to do it. Now you can also put it into a manual mode, and where that's going to come in handy is, let's say you're off-roading. You're going to be able to put it in the high mode, which is going to raise the truck up a little bit in the rear. I'm going to raise it up a little bit, so when you're off-roading, you have a little bit better clearance, and you know, again, you're going to be able to do it manually. So when you're done, you can bring it back down to normal or standard, whatever they're going to call it. You can also go into low mode, so where that's going to come in handy, let's say you're backing up, I'm backing up to hook up the boat. If I have it in manual mode, I'm going to be able to drop the back down a little bit, make it a little bit easier to get underneath that trailer tongue and get the boat hooked up. When I'm done hooking up, raise it back up to standard, and off we go. So pretty cool feature. I believe it's only going to be available in the limited Platinum and I'm sorry, the 1794 as well, I think. Again, we're waiting to find out all these specs. We don't exactly know what trims are going to have what standard. So that, you know, we're waiting on that information from Toyota. As soon as we get it, of course, I'll update you guys. But it's obviously most likely going to be available on the higher trims, limited and Platinum 1794, and maybe the TRD Pro. All right. Next up, let's talk about the AVS, the Adaptive Variable Suspension. This is another feature that I can't wait to drive this truck. I want to see how much it's improved. I have no complaints about the ride on my 2020 Platinum. Even after we put that 4.2 Ready Kit SST on there, the ride to me is perfectly fine. I have no complaints at all. But this AVS, the Adaptive Variable Suspension, basically what it is, it's going to automatically be able to sense and dampen the shocks on it to just give you better ride quality. Again, we're waiting for all of the little details on it, and you know, all of the specs and all that good stuff, but that's pretty much what it is. It's an adjustable, an adaptive suspension system where the truck is going to be able to sense, you know, if you're hitting bigger potholes, it'll be able to automatically adjust the dampening of the shocks, and again, it's just going to give you a better ride quality, feel smoother. So I can't wait to test drive this truck. As soon as I can get my hands on this thing, we'll be doing it, and of course we'll be making a video on it as well. Speaking of that, before I go any further, I'm pretty sure I have found the next truck that we are going to be getting, trim and color wise. Stay tuned, that's going to be the very next video we do, coming out in the next day or two. Next up is the Trailer Assist. Now what this feature is going to give you, as I mentioned, all of the features that we're talking about, we have to wait and see what trims they're going to be stock on or options on, or what packages they're going to be a part of. But what this Trailer Assist option is going to give you, the truck is going to help you keep your trailer, whether it's the boat or a travel trailer, whatever the case may be, whatever you're towing, it's going to help you keep it in a straight line when you're backing up. Now, the caveat to this is it's not going to assist you or help you if you're backing up around a bend or anything like that. It's pretty much a straight line feature. So once you get your truck and whatever you're towing in a straight line, and you can back it down, you know, this is going to be pretty big. I always jokingly say I'm going to grab a chair and a six-pack and just go to my local lake and just enjoy the show of watching people back their boats down. Now, we've all been there. Listen, I was a newbie at once as well, so I'm not making fun of anybody. It just could be very comical and very amusing and entertaining. But anyway, so this feature is going to help with that. Once you get the truck and whatever you're towing, whether it's the boat or whatever, once you get it in a straight line, the truck is going to make automatic adjustments. If you've seen the video from Toyota, the guy's actually sitting there with his hands off the wheel, backing it down, and the wheel is actually turning itself, making minor adjustments to keep it going in a straight line. Pretty good feature, going to come in handy for a lot of people, whether you're a newbie trailering or you just can't get the hang of backing it down. I have a certain brother-in-law who's not all that great at backing his boat down. He's been doing it for years, but I digress. Anyway, so pretty good feature, going to come in handy for a lot of people. The front of the truck is actually going to also come with what they're calling an active air dam. Now, if you've ever seen other competitors or other trucks, sometimes they have an air dam in the front. It's underneath the front bumper that hangs down pretty low, and it serves a purpose. It helps with aerodynamics. The problem is, if you're off-roading, you know, approach angles and stuff like that, sometimes it can hang kind of low. Toyota really, and as I mentioned the other day, these are the little things that Toyota really kind of thought through. I have to give them a lot of credit, because whether you like this truck or not, I feel like Toyota put a lot of thought into this thing and paid attention to the little details. So what this active air dam does, or what it is, it's an automatic air dam that's up underneath the front bumper. I'll put a picture on your screen. You can't really see it well just yet, but what it is, when the truck senses that you're at a highway speed, I'm not exactly sure what that speed would be. I'm guessing 50 or 60 miles an hour, somewhere in there. It'll automatically come down, and it increases your aerodynamic, according to Mike Swears, by 5%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's going to help with your fuel economy with the truck and the aerodynamics. It all kind of plays in. They made this truck, one of their focuses was aerodynamic, which we're going to talk a little bit more about in one of the other topics coming up. But the other cool thing about it is this thing just doesn't automatically come down, automatically goes up. It also, there's a sensor in it for when you're towing. Mike Swears explained this very well in a different video, which I'm sure a lot of you guys may have seen. But when you're hooked up to a travel trailer, a box trailer, having that air dam down in the air, directing it around the tires, it actually would affect in a negative way your towing fuel economy. So when you hook up to a trailer and the truck senses that, it's going to do whatever's best for the truck and the fuel economy. So it may keep that air dam up when you're hooked up to a travel trailer or a box trailer at highway speeds or things like that, because again, it could affect your towing fuel economy in a negative way. So something minor like this, you know, a lot of people watching this video might say, you're going on about an air dam, who gives a crap, 5%, whatever. That's a big deal. And again, I just have to give Toyota props here. They really thought about and designed things on this truck to maximize what we're getting for the price that we're going to pay for this thing. All right, so let's wrap the video up just by going over a couple other things that I've noticed and all the research I've done and looking into this truck so far. Let's start with the SR5. Couple things with the SR5 that we're now going to be able to get, which we never could in the past. You're going to be able to get that panoramic roof on an SR5. If you're in the US, you know you can never get, unless it was an aftermarket piece that you did after you bought the truck, you could not get a sunroof or a moonroof in the SR5 trim. Now that's going to be an option. You're going to be able to get the panoramic moonroof in the SR5. You're also going to be able to get the 14-inch screen in the SR5. We originally we weren't sure. You know, again, we thought maybe that was going to be just a higher trim thing, the limited and up. But the 14-inch screen is going to be an option in the SR5, which I think, honestly, in my opinion, is a very smart move on Toyota's part. Let's be honest, the SR5 and the Limited are really the sellers for Toyota. Those are the two trims that you're going to see the most of, hands down. The Platinum 1794, TRD Pro, they're, I don't want to say few and far between, but you definitely don't see those trims as often as the SR5 especially, and then the Limited. So I think Toyota, given these, features in the SR5, that's a good move on their part. The SR5, from what I've seen as well, and again, all these trim options and things like that, I believe the SR5 is going to come with those little fender flares, paint matched, which, if you've seen my past videos, I hate those black fender flares. That is one thing on the exterior of this truck I do not like. So whatever trim I end up getting, which we will be announcing in the next video, I will be paint matching those flares for sure. The rear seats, there's been a lot of complaining in the past about the fact that they no longer come down. You could only pop the bottom of the seats up. Well, Toyota brought back the feature where not only can you pop it up, you can also fold it down. Pretty cool. Again, that might come in handy for a lot of people for various reasons. So the seats are going to be able to come down or fold up. One of the last things I want to mention in this video is going back to just the detail and the thought that Toyota put into this truck. Us CrewMax guys, we know, me personally, as I've mentioned in the past, that rear window on my CrewMax, that is the first window I put down. If it's not snowing or raining or 20 degrees, there's a good chance that rear window is down on my truck. Usually I'll put that down, open up the sunroof on the 2020 Platinum, and a lot of times they're the only two windows I have open. One of the problems is if you have all of the windows open and you're going at, a decent speed, doesn't even have to be highway speed. If there's anything in your truck bed, now most of the time I have the Retrax PowerTrax one, the electric tonneau cover. It's closed, so a lot of times this doesn't affect me. But if I have it open for any reason, or before I put that on there, if you have all of the windows down, including that rear window on the CrewMax, a lot of times if there's anything in the bed of the truck, there's like a wind swirl back there. If there's dust or dirt or whatever the case may be back there, there's a good chance it's flying into the cab of the truck if you have all the windows down because of that wind swirl. So Toyota did a couple things here to get rid of that issue. The third brake light on the top, on the back of the cab of the truck, they designed it to where it's almost like a little bit of a spoiler. It's nothing obnoxious. Obviously, it doesn't look out of place, but just the design of it. They also made the top of the cab in the rear, it's got like a distinctive shape to it. It's not a V, but it's a little bit, the shape of it helps with the aerodynamics as well. But not only that, on the tailgate of the truck, they also put a little, I want to say spoiler, but it's not a spoiler because I know how a lot of us feel about spoilers on trucks. But they put this little strip on the tailgate that also helps with this, so you no longer have to worry about, and time will tell on this how well it's working, but according to Toyota, they got rid of that issue by adding these couple small little things that they've thought of to help with aerodynamics. They got rid of that swirl in the back of the truck, so you no longer have to worry about having that rear window down on a CrewMax. All the other windows are down. You don't have to worry about anything flying into the back of the truck any longer. There you have it, guys. Just some other things that I've picked up on looking into this truck, doing all the research I've done. I'm super excited to get this thing. Stay tuned. I'm going to be announcing, I am 99.9% sure, the truck we are going to be getting, the trim and color. It's one that I've seen a few times now, and I absolutely just cannot get past. It's beautiful. If you have any guesses, put them down below. I'd love to see what you think I'm going to get. But I will be making a video, and not only telling you guys what I'm going to be bringing home, but I'm also going to go over why I'm going to be bringing it home, because there are certain features on it that really kind of stand out and got my attention. So let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. Again, we're learning more and more as the days go on regarding the 2022 Tundra. I'm excited. I'm getting more excited every time every time I do a little more research on this thing. I'm finding more and more that I like. So my tune is definitely changing for sure in a hurry. So let me know what you guys think. Love to hear from you. And stay tuned for that next video where I announce what we'll be bringing home and what we're going to start tricking out and working on, just like we did with this 2020 Platinum. All right, guys, we'll talk to you on the next video. Take care.